Welcome to Let's talk about it. Let's creatively express. Let's learn. Let's show up. The purpose is to show up for myself and show up every single day to create a space where I can freely express my life, my experience living as a human being in today's society. And this is the first episode. So the first step was to show up and to build onto those steps. The next thing would be to show up every single day and to commit to myself to show that I am able to do things like put myself out there. And yeah, so welcome. And this is our first episode. So, a common question that has been coming up in my life so far or lately is, who do I choose to be? Who do I want to be? And this goes into a conversation that I had with one of my friends the other day. I was kind of sharing my experience traveling to Asia, and I was so inspired by visiting Singapore that it made me realize that I want to have similar spaces in terms of green spaces and prioritizing public transportation versus everyone having their own car. And that definitely inspires me to maybe look into going back to school or just becoming more involved within my neighborhood and the city policies, just to make sure that they're more environmentally friendly versus uh, you know um, caving to capitalism. So yeah, and that ties back into like, who do I want to be, who do I choose to be, because my friend was like, oh, you're so selfless, like you care so much about the environment and about the world. And I'm like, on the contrary, like I personally have been, these thoughts come from being selfish. Like, the reason I want to move forward with becoming involved in the city government and stuff like that is because I want to see more trees. I want to be able to, I don't know, breathe freely without the air pollution. I want there to be parks everywhere. I want to be able to walk and bike and take the bus everywhere. Like, that is what I want. And so, how do I get there, you know? And so, yeah, who do I want to be? Who do I choose to be? And one of my good friends, follow her on Instagram, House of Amu. I saw one of her readings, and it said that, or it actually confirmed to me that it is my purpose to create this environment for myself and for the people who find me, to confirm that like it's okay to start even when you feel like it's too late, and it's okay to start not knowing what exactly you're doing. Like, for me, recording myself and talking, it's not normal for me, so I'm still learning what to say, how to say it. But like, that's another thing. I want this space to be raw and welcoming to anyone and everyone, of all backgrounds. This is not a space for hate, and I mean, I think it's important to say this at the beginning. I am not creating a space to be the next influencer, to be sponsored by people to push their products. I am creating this space for people who are like me in terms of we feel like normal people, but with so many ideas that we don't even know where to start. So that's another purpose for this video, or this environment. I'm creating an environment where I feel comfortable enough creating, and I feel like that's by creating videos of me doing these things will help keep me accountable. And so I'm not recording my life for people to become like influenced. I'm really doing it for myself, to keep myself accountable, because if I do record these things, I will feel more inclined to continue this journey. So thank you all, if you're still here, for supporting me, and I look forward to getting to know all of you, and look forward to getting to know myself. There's a lot of goals that I would like to set myself up for, so I actually made a list so I can share this with you guys. So I would definitely like to become involved in my neighborhood association. I live on a pretty busy street, and I don't know. There's a lot of thoughts that I have about, the choices made by the people who built these condos and stuff like that. And maybe that's a different conversation, but yeah, join the neighborhood association. I do want to get to know the people who I live by and create a community within that. I want to go back to therapy. There was this lady that I met during an event at work who helps pair people who are uninsured with professionals who are affordable, and I'm so excited to email her. And I'm looking to contact this person I know who's an urban planner to ask about maybe opportunities to learn about what she does, and if this is really what I want to do. And I want to look into, there's a speaker that I listened to at a teach-in at GVSU, and he was a keynote speaker, and he was very inspiring, and he inspired me to want to become more involved in learning about politics, just because, especially in this climate, and how the orange just is trying to create an authoritarian regime and system. And it's important for us to learn those things so that we can speak up and out against these people who think just because they have money they have all the power, but that's not the case. And I promise you, things are changing within those limits. And I also want to connect with the indigenous groups of Grand Rapids, Wyoming in general, just because I am indigenous, and maybe that's something that I was scared to say at first, but I'm beginning to reclaim that outside of being labeled differently by, colonization. My mom really wants to go to China, so I want to take Mandarin classes so that we can easily get around the country, and as well as I want to be able to communicate with these people and speak their native tongue and not feel weird about being there and feeling like people have to adapt to English, because that's just weird. And then I want to take folklorical classes. My mom wants to too, so we'll see how that goes. And again, I thank you all for being here, and start of a new life for me, and I'm excited to see where we go. Bye.